Hey guys, welcome back. It's been a while since I've actually played this, and I think I got the recording software set up a little bit better. I figured out why I get these black spots over here that I have to edit out, and this just doesn't show up on there, it's just the game. So, it takes care of that for me for whatever reason. I don't know how it works. I just know it's working. However, I did pull the recording software in, so you shouldn't be able to see my mouse right now. But it is in fact on screen. Now it's off screen, on screen, still on screen. But that should be it working. I do have the game file open, and I've got it set up so I can record that too, but it's a good thing I didn't save the whole time and that I didn't save over our current playthrough game file, because I actually played through after showing that I had it set up to view the game file as well. I played through and I didn't have any recording. I realized it when I went to check on cam to see if anything changed in the game files, and so that's all lost footage. But we're gonna jump into this. Hi again, Tree. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Ha 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 ha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Tree. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. This club pretty much does nothing but read. All he has to do is sit there, read a comic book, and he's following the club. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Ma. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. I'm not gonna lie, I like reading manga and comics. I like reading. I read just about anything. Reading's good for you. Some people may not think so, they may not like it, but it is good for you. It exercises your brain. It's true. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Tree always gives his best as long as he's having fun. That's like 90% of everybody. Most people give about 90% when, they're not having fun. Some people give less than that. And then there's the very few people who always give their best. Regardless if they're having fun, if they're enjoying the situation, they give their best and they get it done. That way they can move on to the next thing. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking and cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. Look at that blush line. She's blushing because we just embarrassed her. Look at that blush line. That is a deep-seated blush. Oh, how come? You and Tree can become good friends too. Somebody's got a crush. Sayori? Hmm? No reply? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Because it kind of sounded like she was offering both of us at the same time to hook each other up. Oh, Yuri. Even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori. Yeah, me? Yeah, look at that. She's got a crush on us. She's got a crush on Mr. Tree. Not really. Don't be shy. It's nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really nothing. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is, how is this girl accidentally being so cute? Because she's got a crush on you. She even picked out a book she thinks you'll like, despite... Ran out of oxygen there for a minute. Despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Or, whew. Something like that. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some sort of scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Man, it looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slump down into the nearest desk. Go do something! Go hang out with Sayori. Go make fun of Natsuki. Go embarrass the hell out of Yuri. You don't have to just sit there by yourself. No. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature related by myself like this? Well, that's usually what you do. Like, if you notice, Yuri is sitting there reading a book. It's the literature club. The book is literature. It's usually what you do. I guess I could always read some of the book Yuri gave me, but I'm feeling a little too tired to read. I could probably fall asleep right now. I close my eyes and end up listening in on Sayori's conversation with Monica. We're probably going to seem really lame compared to all the other clubs, though. Well, we can't give up. The festival is our only is our chance to show everyone what literature is all about. The problem is that the idea of a literature club sounds too dense and intellectual. But it's not like that at all, you know? We just need a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. That doesn't solve the problem, though. What do you mean? Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place. If it's a literature event, it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, you know. After they come, we can do the thing to speak to their creative minds. What's this? Sayori is talking. This is taking this really seriously. It's rare to hear her deliberating like this. Yeah, I don't think you're such an airhead. No, you can't be just an airhead. And they got a little bit of a blush going on right now. But I'm on to her. She's not some stupid girl. She's a smart cookie. Just like all four of these girls. They're smart. They just don't act like it. Huh? That's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? What kind? Ah, well, I guess we could... Cupcakes! Ah, good thinking. Natsuki would love to do that. Ah, you're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. That works out perfectly. That wasn't why you suggested it. Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. Yeah, nice pun. Yeah. And she's just like, bad joke. I'm gonna laugh anyway. Cupcakes it is then. I'm hungry. Anyways, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. I find myself smiling. In the end, Sayori is her usual self. But therein lies the unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has had trouble finding any motivation at all, Sayori can put her mind to things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I ended up letting her get on my case about things. I can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. I opened my eyes to find Sayori's face filling my vision. She did that on purpose to scare the shit out of me. I know she did. I nearly fall out of my chair. Sorry. Wait. Actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't the napping club. Does our school have a napping club? You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in a club, you're gonna have less time for anime, you know. You'll need to get used to it. Okay, Mom. Don't say that so loud. I glance over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard. It's true, though. Yeah, I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori. It's what I do best. That's a problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? Eh? Not every day. That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up on time? It's a secret. I knew it. Come on. At least give me the benefit of the doubt. I can't even do that. Look, Sayori, it's written all over you. Huh? Sayori glances around at herself. How is it written all over me? You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look, your hair is sticking out all over here. Eh? I run my fingertips down the side of Sayori's hair, trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a brush for this. My hair is just really hard to get right. I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't even straight either. Looks fine to me. And there's a toothpaste stain on your collar. I don't see one. I don't see one. I try to wipe off the stain with my finger. But nobody would ever notice that. Of course they would. Nobody's gonna tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I really don't care about that. Hey, you meanie. And if you don't even keep your blazer buttoned up, Seriously, Sayori, why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? Eh? That's super mean. Sorry, but you'll thank me later. I started to button up her blazer from the bottom. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. Getting a little handsy there with your best friend. Getting a little handsy with her. This is so funny. What is? Well, I was just thinking about how weird it is to have a friend who does these kind of things. Yeah, she's obviously completely embarrassed because you're playing with her chest. Eh? Don't say that. You make me feel weird about it, stupid. It's okay though. I'm happy we're like this. Aren't you? I guess. Hey, be careful. The button might come off. Why is this so hard to close? I struggle to fully close the button near her chest. Let's see. Why is it so hard to close? I don't know. It can't possibly be she has boobs. She probably hasn't bought a new uniform since she started high school. Before she had boobs. Now she has boobs. And it doesn't quite fit. There's a button right here that's popped open. Because she has boobs. And the shirt's not big enough. It did when I bought it. Yeah, exactly. Sigh. If you ever buttoned it, you would have noticed sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about? It means my boobs got bigger again. Yeah. Don't say that out loud. Anyway, you look much better now. So, why does it feel strange to see Sayori's blazer buttoned up like that? But it's so stuffy. Ugh. It's not worth it at all. Sayori hastily unbuttons her blazer once more. Whew. That's so much better. Sayori puts her arms out and twirls around. So if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? It's the logic you gave her? And why are you saying that like it's a good thing? Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't even let you do things like this. And you take care of me better than anyone else would. Anyway, so that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Stop saying all these embarrassing things. Eh? I didn't say anything embarrassing. Jeez. Well, anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little bit earlier. Only if you focus on going to bed a little earlier. Fine. It's a deal. I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are taking care of ourselves. Yeah, I guess so, huh? So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning. You're doing it again, Sayori. Oh, but I was joking that time. Man, it's impossible to tell with you sometimes. Okay, everyone. Monica suddenly calls out. Why don't we share our poems we wrote now? Yay! Gee, I can't wait to read yours. Yeah, same. I fail to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to retrieve her poem. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah, kinda had to progress the game. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf, torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Well, we wrote it for Sayori. We couldn't write it for Monica. We're going to save Monica for last. And we're going to go ahead and read it to Yuri. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. Okay, so she's just staring. Staring. Yuri stares at the poem. Okay. A minute passes. More than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh. Sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading it through. So it's that bad. No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine. I really didn't notice. Yeah, sure. Didn't notice anything. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they fit the two together. The end result is both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. My allergies are just, they're kicking my ass. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as though her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, me, or Natsuki. You mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if it's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't it supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last, yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. So, living in the past, not wanting to move on, fighting the future, you know, time moves forward at its own pace. It stops for nobody. The light flickers, I flicker back. Ghost. She writing about a dead person? I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. Quick thing on that. I have horrible handwriting. Horrible. It's been described as worse than a doctor's scrawl, worse than a 3-year-old's crown drawing. Pretty bad. And I suck at typing, so not doing too good on putting thoughts on paper and being understandable. Sometimes I have trouble reading my own handwriting. It's pretty bad. But girls have a tendency, at least girls I've met, to state that they have bad handwriting and they've got beautiful script. A lot of guys are just like, yeah, my handwriting's good. And then their handwriting's crap. Better than mine, obviously, but I think I've met one guy who had good handwriting, legible, that was better than most girls I've seen. It wasn't the best handwriting I've seen, but it was better than most girls. But that's about it. Girls have terrible handwriting by girls' standards. To guys, that's some good handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Huh. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Huh? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Huh? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Tree. Really? I mean, I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experience in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps, the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. And soon, to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought about that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. I can hear Sheldon in her office. She's watching a Jacksepticeye video. I don't know if she's actually working on something or just hanging out in there. Alright, so that was Yuri. We're gonna go ahead and do Natsuki next. Save Sayori and Monica for last. Tree, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh. What do you expect me to believe? That you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? No. I think you're an immature bitch. But those are fighting words. And I don't want to start a fight. Would probably ruin the entire game if I was able to just type out, no, you're an immature bitch. And my character would actually say that. Would probably just break the game. Because Natsuki would be like, you, and it'd be a big fight, and one of us would get kicked out of the club, and it would just ruin everything. So, it's a good thing we can't say that. I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I put some effort in it. Well, we all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Look at that face. Just scared shitless about the thought of me reading the first poem she ever wrote. Painful to think about. Now she's got to look away because she's still thinking about it and I'm talking to her. Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'll tell you what. I'd tell you what to improve, but you're better off trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it. So, it's listing out all these animals. Eagles, monkeys, cricket, horse, owl, cheetah, and saying all the things they can do. And people can only try. Which sounds like failure. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this is a poem about failure. And she still managed to make it sound cute. Failed to rhyme right there. Fly, try. Kind of falls flat. But of course, as you guys know, I've already seen through this. So, I can't really be like, I got it right. Because while I did get it right earlier, it doesn't really count. Because if it's not on video, it doesn't count. Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then I made it fall flat on purpose. See? I called that out. I shouldn't have, but I already called it out, so I just rolled with it. Trying not to spoil it, even though I've already played through this section. But it helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into that than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. What? Oh, who should I show my poem next? Well, save her for last, because we couldn't even write a poem that she would like. Oh, look at the surprise on her face. Oh my goodness. This is so good, Tree. Huh? I love it. I had no idea you were such a good writer. Sayori, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. Jeez. Yuri's opinion was way more constructive than this. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Eh, well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of other people, you know. So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem. It's a tree poem. Haha. I wrote a poem to her about trees. I'm kind of glad I screwed up that name choice. And I just rolled with it. And that makes it feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori. My cigarette keeps going out. I'm gonna have a poorly made cigarette right here. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really part of a club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Tree. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people. That's sometimes... What? That's something, not sometimes. A little dyslexic going on here. I'm not dyslexic, just... Getting hard to read the words a little bit. Done this twice. That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all, yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now, you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Okay, so out of the 3 poems, the 2 that we've already read, and this one, I like this poem the most. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? Look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Okay, so my honest take on this, because Sayori's really simple. She doesn't really explain the poem anyway. Okay, so we already know she has trouble waking up. She's probably supposed to be up before the sun is up. The sun comes up, and that's what wakes her up. So she's not overly late to school, because the sun comes in and wakes her up. And, you know, there's that. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. Rainy day, blue, secret. I think she's secretly depressed. And then, of course, she's writing this in a hurry and wanted breakfast. And, you know, something silly to throw on at the end to make it haha. So, serious, depressing, funny. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No. Just took a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Ah, yeah. I mean, I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. Hehehe. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Ah, yeah. But next time, I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. Who should I show my poem to next? I don't know. We could read it to Monica. But we could read it to Monica. And then there's always, I've overdone this already probably. Read it to Monica. Hi, Tree. Having a good time so far? Ah, yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up. Okay. Alright. I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Isn't that what most people do? Because you're either the guy who goes with the flow until you're settled in, you know what's going on, and, you know, fresh eyes still, you can kind of, oh, yeah, hey, why don't we do it this way? What about this? Or you're the guy who, day one, we should do it this way. No, that's stupid. We should do it my way. No, my way. You're one of three people. And most people are go with the flow until they're settled in and they understand what's going on. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Tree. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like this one. It makes me think of something Sayori would like. Is that so? You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had these sort of things in common. Well, you know, we have been friends for ever. We live right next door to each other. Well, we may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case, but maybe there are also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you sounds like the two of you really care about each other. Each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem. You sure you're not reading into it too much? That could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayori's writing has a kind and gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions, like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Okay, I'd just like to point out, there's now 5 people in this club. So somebody's sitting at a desk twiddling their thumbs right now. And I'm with Monica. So, Sayori, Yuri, Natsuki. Which one of them is just like, I'm bored. Hurry up. It's my turn. You know. Something like that. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little either. What, you want to experiment? There's a closet over there. I'm sure nobody would notice. They're too busy reading poems. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take me a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. Don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read. Let's read it then. As you can see, this is a little longer than the other three. You gotta scroll up and down. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes? A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything, a hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out, and he, on the other side, was looking in. Somebody's been peeping on Monica. Somebody was peeping on Monica. Was it a hole in the bathroom of her house leading outside? Was it a hole leading into her bedroom? Yeah. So, that's what I got out of that. Somebody was peeping on Monica. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. Oh, it's okay. Yeah, that kind of writing style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. Look at that. Deadpan. Right there. Just deadpan. Captain Deadpan. Right there. Not Deadpool. Deadpan. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. Yeah, you found a hole in a wall where you probably change in this room with the hole in the wall, and there was a guy peeping on you, and you caught him. It's been influencing my poems a bit lately. An epiphany. Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone's better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. A little bit of indigestion there. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Anyway, to think about it is this. Okay, I'm probably not reading that correctly, but we're just gonna move on like she's suggesting. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Whew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. It was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper. So one of these two was by themselves that whole time. The other one was with Sayori. And the other one was just sitting there twiddling their thumb. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Oh, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks. But it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked. She's already pissed off. Why are you suggesting? Just move on. Just move on. In the conversation. If I was looking for suggestions, I would ask someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it. And Tree did, too. So, based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style, and I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Tree liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Tree appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Tree started showing up. Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. Both of them yelling. Her face just hasn't changed. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me, as if they just noticed I was standing there. Tree, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making fun of your poems all convoluted, or making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Tree. But wait, there's a reason we have so many deep expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, but it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Tree? Well, how did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whomever I grew with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course that's going to be... Here's the thing. The game just basically said, this is not a matter of who's right and wrong. It's who do I want to think highly of me. So it's all about progression of the game. And I pick Sayori. I can do another playthrough later, Yuri, Natsuki, whatever. Just so we can get the entire game going, but... Help me, Sayori. Natsuki. Natsuki glares at me, drying up any words I had in my mouth. Instead, I turn to Yuri. Yuri. But Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori! Yeah. Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friends feel like this? Tree, well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Oh, really? Really? You're making me interject my ideas into your conflict. Your conflict, it's okay that you want me, but not her. Both are being immature. They can't hear me. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never. It's your immaturity that's made her upset in the first place. You're both immature. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes you. Stop. They're both just dead silent. Dead silent. Natsuki, Yuri. You guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented, so why are we fighting? Because, well, also, Natsuki's cute, and there's nothing wrong with that. Yuri's boobs are the same size as they always were. Yeah, you gotta throw that out, because your boobs got bigger. Her boobs can't get any bigger, so you will eventually have bigger boobs than her, so that you'll be more liked by Tree. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying, Sayori? Big and beautiful. Everybody's kind of stunned. Sayori stands up triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayori is vice president, I whispered to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader, and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Huh, nah. It's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing, in her own ways. Isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person. Really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. Here's the thing. Like she said, those three qualities of a good leader. She's missing one of them. But she's so good at the other two that it makes up for it. Plus, her inability to deal with people, her vice president makes up for it. That's why we're a social people. Because everybody has a different skill set. If I was the only person on this planet, and we had all these animals and everything, I wouldn't be able to farm food for myself, hunt meat for myself, or, provide meat by, domesticated animals, farm animals. Build electrical structures, have a house like I do, because it just wouldn't work out. There's too much for one person to do. I wouldn't be able to generate electricity. I would get sick, and the only cure is this plant from across the world. And I wouldn't be able to find out that, I wouldn't be able to treat myself even if I knew, because I'd just be that sick by the time I got there, if I ever made it. Because of course I wouldn't be able to build a plane to go from here to Africa. Wouldn't be able to build a boat. No, it just wouldn't work out. That's why we're social creatures. I've got a skill set, you've got a skill set. Jack of all trades, master of none, is better. Jack of all trades is, better than master of one. But you can't master everything. You can't be a jack of all trades in reality. It's a saying. In reality, I know how to do this, that, and a couple other things. Well, I can guarantee you I don't know how to hang a power line. I can't go out there and work on that transformer outside of my house. I can't. We're not even talking about legally. That's a whole nother kit and caboodle. I don't know how to safely work on that. I don't know how to fix it. I don't know how to do none of that. I'm all the time learning, but I can't know everything. You can't know everything. There's too much to know. There's stuff that we don't even know that we can know. But that's enough of a tangent. We're going to get back into this. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Tree, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you'll learn something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. Then look, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Tree, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Hehehe. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. Huh? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. I suck at making that sound effect. You know, Tree. It's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... every day is going to be so much fun. Sigh. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Just hinted at a harem. He's just hinting at a harem right there. We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as internal monologue sometimes. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Now, I know I kind of already did this. You know, episode 1, I did this poem, ended it, but we're going to wait till next video to do this. What I am, however, going to do is we're going to switch this. I'm going to switch this over here so you guys can see what's going on over here a little bit. I need to get over there. There we go. So we've got our characters: Monica, Natsuki, Sayori, Yuri, the character file. I gotta go way over here. Then we got the contents. You know, there doesn't appear to be anything different. Mac OS, Darwin. Oh, there's just a lot of stuff in here. Modules, setup. That's the wrong one. Game. Code. Cache. Linux, Python, Windows, Rempy, Angle, Common Display, all sorts of stuff. I don't know where these files are supposed to appear. That doesn't look... yeah, it's a zip archive. I'm not opening that. And then here's the actual game. But, readme. That opened an internet page. It's basically the controls. Yeah. It just explains the controls, and it also says how to get here from Steam, which is very easy. I might explain it another time, but yeah, so nothing has actually changed in our program file, in the game files. So nothing's changed yet. Something's supposed to. But I'll see you guys in the next video.